people other than him signed up as well, so. If everyone in the fantasy grounds just wants to say if they're ready, then we'll get going.
My wife is using the blender.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so Dimble, you haven't played, or let me just double check something quickly.
Oh, yeah, I haven't updated my log. I did do the first two parts, though.
You were in the first two parts of this one?
No, I played,
Yeah, you played DDEX2-1, right?
no, last week, remember there was two versions of 2-1. Wasn't it Darren, I think, ran the other one?
Yeah.
So yeah, we in that group we ran mission 1, mission 2, and mission 5 of this module.
Oh, okay, so you didn't
So
run 3.
Dave S.
Okay,
four.
so you didn't play the third one.
Correct.
Oh, okay, excellent. So I guess basically I can just use the same stuff for you then as well, because arguably your character has been at this same party and everything. So during your shift at the Saj Estate, you overhear the owner of the Oxpit Tavern, an odd man called Krumig, complaining about the vandals plaguing his establishment as of late. When you heard him say, "I would give anything to find someone who could catch the culprits," you realized that a potential job just fell in your laps.
Well, Dimple is always glad to help catch people.
Could be very, very useful.
That's an opportunity for gold. Yeah.
So who's approaching?
Lopan. Sure. Want me to approach him?
I'm actually gracefully approaching him. Going at it gracefully, but not too expedient.
Alright, so at least the two of them approach, and Dimble maybe is.
I'm gonna stay kind of like at arm's reach and kind of just be present.
Okay, certainly. So the two of you and the one stays at arm's reach, kind of walk up, and you as you mentioned, he's kind of, mentioning that kind of out loud, and so what do you say?
Might I ask, how long has the vandalism been going? From the hoodlums?
Hello there.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Chrisley.
Nice to meet you, Chrisley. Well, so it's been about 2 months now that my tavern has been the target of a steady campaign of vandalism. At first it was just damage to the outside of the building, a bit of threatening graffiti scrawled on the walls, a broken window or two. But recently the vandals have taken to breaking in, and although they're vandalizing the inside, they're not actually stealing anything yet, at least.
It sounds to me like they're trying to send a message that no matter what you do, you can't stop us.
Well, I don't think anyone's trying to send a message to me to say I can stop anything. I think it's just, people jealous of how well my establishment is doing. That many other places in Malmaster aren't doing near as well as my place is, but, they think I'm the strongest competition, and I guess they want to run me out. I mean, I brought it up to the city watch, but they did their investigation, and you know what that means.
That means there's bureaucratic bullshit gonna happen based on the city watch. No real action is gonna take place until it's too late.
Well, I mean, the sense I get is that, they don't, it's not worth their while, they think, and that's a bit unfortunate.
Well, my opinion is if someone's vandalizing any establishment, they need to be stopped at relatively any cost.
That's wonderful to hear. Um, I, if you're willing to do this for me, just if the three of you, I assume, might be interested, I'm willing to give you 10 gold to split just for, attempting to help me. And if you are able to catch these culprits, I'll definitely top that up with an additional 90 gold for a reward of total 100 gold amongst you.
Okay. How would you? My other question is, how would you suggest going about it? About some of this?
So, what I was thinking, if I could find some mercenaries as yourselves that could be of assistance, I suggest close to the end of the night, when things are about to close, you come in, act as regular patrons, and then when everyone else leaves, you just stay behind. I'll lock up shop behind you, and you guys can wait there and see what happens. If they see me leave, they'll probably assume that that's the perfect time to strike.
Certainly. That works. That sounds actually really good.
Yeah, I'm very good at not drawing attention.
That's wonderful to hear. Like I mentioned, is if you could just keep yourselves kind of blend in with the crowd, let everyone else filter out, and I'll lock up behind you. Things should go smoothly. They won't necessarily think there's anyone left, and they'll probably attempt something again.
Not a problem. What time of the day would this be?
So you're probably finding out this midday. The tavern, he's mentioning you should come later that evening, closer to closing time. So probably pretty late
Okay.
in the evening, because the tavern will close like
No problem.
late into the night, right?
Not a problem. I just want to get a gist of time frames.
Is there anything else anyone's asking him before you decide to part ways until later tonight?
What should we do with those bandits?
Well, as I mentioned, definitely I'd like them caught so that we can bring them to the watch, and they can see that there's actual individuals committing these crimes. So, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you catch them. Anyone else have any other questions?
No.
Okay, so basically you guys continue your work at the Sage Estate for the day, and then closer to the end of the evening, you decide to head on over to the tavern. Basically, you find yourself at the Oxpit Tavern. It seems to be actually a fairly typical tavern, and the decor doesn't seem to be anything special, but oddly enough, as like the owner mentioned, the establishment is crowded. It seems like there's not an empty seat anywhere here. He definitely wasn't just bragging. It does seem like that this place is competition for the local area. Like, it seems very popular.
What kind of people are there?
Yeah, so it seems to be less of like an actual like. It doesn't seem a low class crowd. Like, it definitely seems like there's a decent mix, but for the most part, it's average common folk and such that want to come here. There are other people who seem like they might be adventurers as well and stuff like that. But for the most part, it seems like your typical average tavern, not more of like a Fleabag low one. It's not super upclass. It just seems an average run of the mill tavern. Basically, you'll see several patrons are just basically standing around waiting for a table. It's there's that many people seated there.
Okay, I will go to the front of the line and wait for a table.
Yep. So basically, you know, the you're there for a little bit, but you seem to basically it seems like, you know, coming closer to the end of the night because you come there. The rotation happens a little bit sooner because you assume some people have been there quite a long time already. You know, so over the time things start to filter out. You guys are some of the ones that end up last in the line. A few people come in behind you, but other than that, you get down. You know, Crew Meg seems to be going around to tables. You know, he's being sociable with his customers and stuff like that. And when you guys finally get a table, he brings you some food and some drink to basically kind of help you blend in, and then he lets you know that he employs one of the most skilled cooks in Mallmaster, and that he himself makes his own beer and ale in his house, and he would be more than happy for you to try it. So he provides you with the food from the cook and some of his own homemade ales and brews as well.
A beer would be good.
So you guys continue to eat and drink for the bit of night that's left. You know, after a while, people continue to filter out. Customers leave. Some of the staff retire to rooms that seem to be on the second floor of the building. And Crewmeg basically decides to leave for the evening as well, kind of locking off the bar area and such. Basically, he wishes you good luck before locking the doors of the tavern behind him. So basically now you're kind of in this bottom area. You know, it seems like there's an upper floor that's kind of blocked off from this door. Like you're in the tavern area that's kind of like locked off from the hall of this inn. And basically you need to kind of, you are watching, so you got to determine basically what the three of you are doing.
Is the kitchen open?
You have there's access to the kitchen, but it's not currently like running, obviously. But yeah, the kitchen is connected through a door in the tavern side that you're locked in on, and you do have access to it.
I will go there, see if I can find something to eat.
I'm thinking of finding a nice and dark corner to try and sit and wait near, so I'm not seen as much.
Okay, so you're trying to like kind of hide in a corner?
Yes.
Okay, if you can roll a stealth in the tower.
I will grab something to eat and I will hide in the kitchen.
Okay, so basically you find like ingredients and such that are there. Most things like obviously aren't prepared, but you do have like if you want to just snack on like a loaf of bread or something like that, there are larger things like that. If you want something more detailed, you'd actually have to make and cook it.
No.
So you're just kind of snacking on
Yeah, I just
bits and
try to
pieces
find
here and
something
there.
that looks good. Yeah.
Because one of my spells, I'm making a it's a damage die for the 5d8 for the sleep spell. Only way I can figure out how to make it where I can roll the 5d8 without having to deal with it later. Because my thinking is, they break in, I can try to put them to sleep.